Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Thimbleweed Park. And we are still in the flashback about Dolores Edmund, guys, the heir to the Pelotronics fortune. And I keep on wanting to say Dolores Umbridge, and I know that's not true because this is like the exact opposite of the Dolores Umbridge character. Now, we're trying to find section 3.1 of the library so we can get a book on the programming methods of MMucasFlem games so we can fill out this application here on the computer. And we weren't able to find section 3.1. Got a comment to go ahead and check the books here in her room. I remember we had Anne of Green Gables here. Let's check out the rest.
These are my Kirksbox/fiction books. I'm a believer.
Oh, Lord.
This is my complete set of Nancy Drew mysteries. I'm kind of a fan, I guess.
Nothing so far.
These are my Chronicle of Narnia and Hitchhiker's trilogy. I love my books.
I said it before, this is like a girl after my own heart.
This section includes the complete history of MMucasFlem, the pointed history of point-and-click graphic adventures, and walkthroughs for all MMucasFlem games.
Hey, that might be it.
I don't need these. Pretty much memorized them all.
Ah.
This is my complete set of Tolkien books, including 3 pristine sets of Lord of the Rings, The Adventures of Tom Bombadil, The Silmarillion, just to start. I reread them from time to time.
Well, it was worth a shot. But it looks like it has to be revolved around the broken staircase here. I've been ignoring it just because in Maniac Mansion there was a staircase with an out of order sign and you couldn't use it, but there has to be some way to get up here.
The sign says it's out of order. It says out of order.
Can we push the sign?
I can't push that. I can't pull that. No one will miss this out of order sign.
Oh my god. I've been wanting to do that for years.
It says out of order. The out of order sign is gone, so it's obviously fixed.
There we go.
Haven't been up here for a long time.
And this must be section 3. Ooh. Got some cool paintings here. Let's, we know 3.1's over here. Math facts, the meaning of life. Most of the books in the library were written by our backers and supporters. They assume all responsibility for their content. Espiridion Kosgea. Holy crap, all of these books were written by the backers for the Kickstarter. Which is what we wanted to prove. This way the generation problem of giving life meaning. Are all of these like this? Right, that's the meaning of life. That's the one I was at. Balsam's theory. Good lord. That is awesome. I'm going to keep a save point here just so I can read through all of them. Okay, anyway, let's get back to business.
That's Uncle Chuck as a young man, with robots on his mind even then.
Looks like he has General Grievous being built there in the back.
That's my grandmother, Edith, and her second husband, Charles. I really admire them. That's my great-grandfather, Edmund, who was a great industrialist.
These guys have same learning tendency as the Edison family.
That's my great-great-grandmother, Lady Edwina. That's my Scottish great-great-great-grandfather, Edyr the Dragonslayer.
Well, that explains the red hair. 3.1. What we got? Vacuum cleaner programming, VCR programming, Thimbleweed 64. What do we got here? Art of coding, recalibrating, game adaptation, cooking programs. What are we looking for again? Oh, good lord, 256 shades of grayscale. There it is. Mucus Programming Primer. The following book is proprietary and confidential. Any unauthorized reproduction is punishable by fines and/or prison. Copyright 1986 MMucasFlem Ltd. All rights reserved for internal company use only. Mucus is the greatest adventure game scripting language ever created. Mucus was first used in the revolutionary game Mansion Mansion. Mucus is a cooperative multitasking language allowing multiple scripts to run concurrently. Oh, this is all the stuff for the test, right? Can we take this with us? Okay, cool. Well, now that we have that, double checking to see if there's anything else we need to notice, like panels or such. Let's get back to Dolores' room and fill out this test. Now, I don't actually think that we can look at the book while we're taking the test, so once we get there, I'll pause the recording and actually write some of this stuff down, which I haven't done for a game on the channel in quite some time. But let me go ahead and try and sum this up as best I can. One sec. Okay, got my trusty Mista Pandaria notepad here, and let's go ahead and get to it.
Please answer the following questions about our proprietary Mucus programming language. You must get all of the questions right to submit your application. First question. Variables can be modified while debugging your program.
According to that guide, true.
Next question. How many actors can be displayed at one time?
And it says here that 8 characters at one time.
Next question. What are room backgrounds compressed into?
Room backgrounds are compressed into character sets.
Next question. How many room local variables are there?
And I think, there it is, 256. Same as the sound.
Thank you for taking the MMucasFlem programming test. Congratulations, you passed the MMucasFlem programming test.
Woot!
Yay! I answered all the Mucus questions correctly. I'm ready to print out the application.
And there we are.
I printed my job application, but the page is blank. Maybe the printer is out of ink.
Okay.
It's Uncle Chuck's new invention, the Printron 3000. It's connected to my computer.
Printer ribbon.
This printer ribbon looks all dried out. It won't print anything.
Can we pick up the vacuum tube as well?
It's in here pretty tight. I'd need an LFG 1982 tube puller.
Well, I guess the only person we could really talk to would be Uncle Chuck about that. See if he has any ink. He seemed to be hard at work with all kinds of machinery. Unfortunately, we don't have a Staples or a Best Buy close.
Hello, my favorite niece.
George... Oh yeah, we have the letter, don't we? I kind of want to open it.
Uncle Chuck, do you have any new printer ribbons?
You know I don't buy new ribbons, I just re-ink them myself. Printer ink is a scam. I didn't get rich by wasting money. Just get some polycyclic hydrocarbons along with methyl ethyl ketone and make the ink like I showed you.
Of course. Thanks, Uncle Chuck.
Fair enough.
Hello, my favorite niece.
I think one of those is gasoline.
How do I make printer ink?
Printer ink is a scam. Make your own, like I showed you. And if you really want to do it cheaply, just get some ash and gasoline and mix well.
Of course.
Okay.
Thanks, Uncle Chuck.
I heard the methyl kind of thing. Well then, let's see if we can open the letter.
It's a letter to my Uncle Chuck. As expected, the post office. I'd better not open it. Uncle Chuck would know if I read it if the envelope is ripped.
Hello, my favorite niece.
Uncle Chuck, I have something for you.
What is it, Dolores?
A letter George the postman just delivered.
Oh, I've been expecting this. I'll deal with it later.
Fair enough.
Hello, my favorite niece.
Let's go ahead and go down the line here.
You should be nicer to my father. He just wants to help.
Franklin is well-meaning, I will give you that. but he just doesn't have the same passion and vision for pillows that you and I have.
I'm not sure I want to take over. I really want to get a job as a game designer.
I just wanted to say how much I love you, Uncle Chuck.
I love you too, Dolores. I can't wait for you to take over the pillow factory and restore the family heritage.
That's not what I wanted to say.
Hello, my favorite niece.
My dream is to be a game programmer, not run the pillow factory.
I just wanted to say how much I love you, Uncle Chuck.
I love you too, Dolores. I can't wait for you to take over the pillow factory and restore the family heritage.
Is that kind of like a brainwashing thing? Huh. Okay, so we need ash and gasoline. And I think we saw gasoline outside. What is that? Cat's 09 Tails Whip. Uncle Chuck.
It's a whip made out of network cables. The label says it's called Cat 5 09 Tails, produced by GetDigital.eu. I guess Uncle Chuck was an impatient system admin back in the day.
GetDigital.eu. Can we pick it up? Oh Lord. Yeah, we'll go ahead and say Uncle Chuck used that when he was in charge of something. Oh, we can pick up the letter again. Nice.
It's Uncle Chuck's check register. I guess that makes it a Chuck register.
Oh Lord.
It's Uncle Chuck's check register. I'd better not touch it. Uncle Chuck gets real angry if I'm too nosy about his business affairs.
Empty bottle.
It's an empty bottle of homemade printer ribbon ink.
Oh.
I see some black powder around the edges, and it smells awful. Warning, contents highly flammable.
Excellent. Painting shelves.
Uncle Chuck is always very touchy about this painting. Wonder why?
Should we use the...
It's a red gel decoder. It's a red gel decoder. I don't want to do that. It would make it look red.
No, it was worth a shot. Well, let's go ahead and get the gasoline outside. And from my experience in LARPing, when I think of the best way to make ashes, it's by setting something ablaze, setting like wood ablaze, like campfires and such. Wasn't there a pile of wood outside too? Let's see. Actually, wait, is there anything... Nope, just the fireplace. There it is.
It's a gas can. Don't get your hopes up, though.
Dig in!
I have to get my hopes up. And wood pile. There we go.
Dig in!
Good job. Let's use firewood in the fireplace. Imagine that. And use... Do we soak it?
This log should burn really well now.
Good, we still have some gasoline to go with.
The label says it's called Cat 5. I don't want to whip anything with this.
We need something that can cause a spark. Blank paper, mucus primer. It's a primer, right? Aw. Lorene the chinchilla. Oh, wait a minute. The 2 batteries. Now, this is all Maniac Mansion. This is all Easter egg type stuff, but if we take the old batteries, we could potentially make a...
They look pretty old. I think I see mold growing on one.
It's worth a shot. We have to MacGyver our way through this.
There are a couple of old batteries. I think I see mold growing on one.
Okay.
I don't think they're good for anything, except growing mold.
Oh, curses. So So we got those in our inventory, do we? Can we just use the refrigerator?
That doesn't seem to work.
You know what? Let's just pick up all the things. Why not? Lettuce. Poopsie.
I don't want to pick that up. Carefully handling broken glass.
Very good.
If this were a Sierra Online graphic adventure, I'd be dead now. But those MMucasFlem adventure games treat their players much better. No arbitrary deaths just to extend gameplay. Sure would like to work there.
Oh, that's some shade. What is that? Hot sauce.
Flask of Extreme Chili Sauce by Brian H.J. Comes with a warning. You might breathe fire.
Ah, man. I'm glad I grabbed all this then. That was just hidden. Okay. Well, if that is the case, let's go ahead and use...
Whoa!
Ooh, that's some potent stuff. Now, do we just wait for it to burn?
I actually set it on fire with my breath.
You are the Khaleesi, the Dragonborn. Walk to hot fireplace.
Nice warm fire.
Well, we need some ashes.
I can't reach that.
Let's see if it's done. No? Well, what do we... Okay. Let's try the simple approach.
The glass is now filled with water.
We'll just leave the faucet on, because that always makes sense. Oh. Well, now it's back.
The fireplace is very sooty and filled with ash.
Well, let's pick up the ash.
Great. Now I'm carrying around a handful of black soot.
Do we use the water as a mixer? Use fine black soot in gasoline?
That would make a black sticky mess. If only I had something small to mix it in.
Okay, so we do use it with the base. Use that.
That would just make a sludgy mess.
Oh. Use...
The ink bottle is now full of black fireplace soot. The ink bottle is now full of black ink.
Huzzah. And now, do we use the ink with the ribbon?
That should do it. The ribbon is now fully inked.
Nice. I'm glad all that came together and relatively close by, too. I do agree with Uncle Chuck, though, that print cartridges are a bit of a scam. Considering how much I've had to pay for it. Use that. Okay.
It's my state-of-the-art Commodore 64. Yay! I answered all the mucus questions correctly. I'm ready to print out the application. Oh, there's no paper in the Printron 3000.
Oh, fair enough. We got blank paper.
There, the blank paper is back in the Printron 3000.
Good lord.
Yay! I answered all the mucus questions correctly. I'm ready to print out the application.
It's like IT.
I always like to watch this part.
Oh wow, it actually puts it in an envelope and everything.
Now I just need to stamp the envelope.
Do we have a stamp?
It's my job application in MMucasFlem. Hope I get it.
Where do we go to get a stamp?
It's a letter to my Uncle Chuck. As expected, the post office's poorly programmed auto stamp cancellation machine has failed again. Amateurs.
Ah, okay.
I can't pick up something I already have.
And we can't open.
I'd better not open it. Uncle Chuck would know if I read it, if the envelope is ripped.
But we need the... Okay, I have an idea. I have seen this in many movies. I have never gotten a chance to try it myself. Let's go ahead and close the faucet.
It's pouring out water.
There we go. I'm going to go ahead and use the glass of water in the microwave. And please don't blow up. But if it gives off some steam, we can use that.
It's a glass filled with water.
Is it hot, though? That's the $60 million question. Wait a minute. Do we put the envelope in the microwave? Look at that.
It's a glass filled with water.
Uh-huh. Let's go ahead and pick that up. And there's the stamps. Cool. Now we'll use the stamps on...
My letter to MMucasFlem is now stamped and ready to mail.
Huzzah. Now, before we do that, let's go ahead and give the other letter back to Uncle Chuck. Just so we don't get ourselves in too much of an issue. Because remember, we did hand it off to him. And then picked it back up again.
Hello, my favorite niece.
Ooh.
Thanks for chatting, Uncle Chuck.
Why don't you practice your ASCII conversion? All my trons rely on it.
Okay, Uncle Chuck.
See, her voice kind of becomes robotic. I don't know if that's just kind of out of boredom.
It doesn't work with that.
We can actually look at the letter now, can't we?
The envelope has been steamed open.
Uh-oh. Let's do this outside, shall we? Hey, Chucky baby. What the beep is holding up the toy licensing contract? Your brother Franklin said this was a done deal, so I thought I'd write to the big guy himself and get this thing moving forward. Oh, okay. My beeping comeback is going to be beeping huge, and making ransom dolls will be like printing beeping money. Beep off. Ransom. Oh. Okay. Do we hand this to our dad before we leave? Because it seems that...
Just down the hall is the big staircase.
Oh, I was like, that was weird. Yeah, let's go ahead and ruin everything before we leave.
Terrible argument.
Give...
I'd better hold on to this.
Oh. I figured he'd want to see it, to know that he was right. Now let's go ahead and at least put this in the mailbox.
How exciting. I hope I get the job.
I hope you do too. 5 days later, at around 5 p.m.
Hiya, Dolores. I have a letter for you.
Oh!
She's determined.
Good luck. See ya.
Dig in!
It's a letter from MMucasFlem. Did I get the job? I think I want to open this in my room, just in case it's really bad news.
Yeah, especially with Doug there. Digging holes. And this is 5 days later. Is the dad still in here? Covered in cobwebs?
Chuck is such a bully.
Well, no cobwebs.
I can't reach that.
I'm still not seeing what exactly is making her a suspect. I'm sure we will see this here in a sec.
Now that I'm in my room, I'm still so scared to open it. I need to get up my nerve. Come on, Dolores. You can do it. Okay, but if it's a no, that means I'm stuck in Thimbleweed Park and have to take over the pillow factory.
There's always Sierra.
Okay, but if it's a yes, what will become of Dad? Stuck here alone with Uncle Chuck. Okay, but... Okay, I'm opening it. Yes! It's a job offer from MMucasFlem to be a game programmer. I'm so excited! Can't wait to tell Uncle Chuck. He'll be so proud. But first...
Oh, celebratory dance. Yeah, it's not like people on YouTube are watching or anything. Dolores, you do you. I wonder how long this lasts, or do we actually have to... Okay, there we go. That would have lasted forever. Well, it looks like we have everything that we need. Well, we still have the hot sauce, if need be. So let's get to Uncle Chuck's door. And we will end it here, guys, and pick it up in the next episode. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.